Hello my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 GMO Suggested Combinations run, where I'm taking character classes suggested by you, the viewers, and combining them to build whatever horrible monstrosities you can come up with. So, as always, let me know your best or worst combinations in the comments, and we'll see if we can make them work. Today we're doing one that several people have suggested as a challenge run, something that they think is going to be pretty hard, and I, at first glance, don't think this will actually be a super challenging run, but I am always open to be proven wrong, so let's see if we can make this work. We're going to try to get the most enemies in the smallest area by combining the old with the small map size with the loud for the increased enemies. Obviously, we're going to have to do a lot of dodging with this character combination, but I feel like the economy boosts will make up for that. But maybe I'll just be caught blindsided, and my hubris in this intro will come back to bite me later on. I think there's a couple directions we could go with this. We're probably going to want a melee weapon due to the sheer number of enemies that we'll be facing. So I could go with something like spears, just to hit a lot of enemies at once. I could go with ethereal weapons to build stats, or I could go with thief dagger to build money. I think I'm going to go with the thief dagger. We're going to just lean into the super-powered economy of this run, because I think that will be the most fun that we can have with it, and I just love thief daggers in general. So the old gets some starting harvesting, but of course we're going to lose that as the loud's harvesting decreases, take it away. I might still build harvesting if we find some early on, but for now we're going to not worry too much about that and instead worry about just getting damage and defenses so that we can survive, and let the thief daggers and the just number of enemies on the field provide us with our economy boost. Here I will roll. We could take 3 max HP, but I am interested in finding either damage, attack speed, or luck. I'll take the luck early. And then I will also take 2 melee damage here as well. Thief Dagger only scales 50% with melee damage, so buying flat melee damage isn't as efficient for this item, but is still pretty efficient, and we need to have the damage to be able to kill things. Remember, of course, that this is a precise weapon, so often we are doing more damage than the listed damage, because we're critically hitting much more often. We'll take the Thief Dagger here, and I will pass on the Baby Gecko due to the small map size, though I do sometimes regret doing that. Insanity, I will lock. More crit chance is very important for Thief Daggers, because of course it gives you even more economy. We'll take another dagger and roll. I really want to get as many of these as possible, so in the first couple waves, so that we can boost our crit chance as much as possible. And we were able to do that. I will also buy the Broken Mouth. This isn't like the best set of non-weapon items to have locked, Insanity plus Broken Mouth, but it's still a pretty solid one, and provides exactly what we need. Crit chance is economy for this character, and HP will be a problem since we have so many enemies on the field. We're likely to take some incidental damage, so I do want to have the HP to support staying alive through that. With 5 daggers, we've already got great crit chance. Oh wow, 2 boxes also. Okay, well, this run is definitely going well. I am going to take the plant here. Regeneration is... I'm planning to use regeneration over lifesteal for this build, though Cute Monkey will also help a lot. There will be lots of materials for us to pick up, and so the healing from the Cute Monkey will be good as well. Could take 3 crit chance, but I think I'm just going to grab the attack speed. That will help most with our wave clear here. Even 5% attack speed is pretty good for Thief Dagger, because it's a slow attacking weapon, so you shave a lot of time off between attacks with even small amounts of additional attack speed. Take the dagger and roll, take another dagger, and I'm going to roll to try to lock another one. Perfect. So that's 8 weapons with a 9th locked. That's pretty far ahead of where you'd be on most characters, so that's pretty nice. Thief Dagger is a cheap weapon, so you're more likely to find a lot of them early, but still, we're really starting to snowball here. Ideally, I'd find enough harvesting that we stay harvesting positive and don't lose XP, but it's just not something that I'm going to focus on at all with this build. The things that we really need are just damage and defenses. I'll just take 2 armor, because it's a level 2 upgrade, and we definitely will want armor. And then here I'll take the attack speed over the melee damage. Both of those would be very good, but attack speed is what's going to give us the most bang for our buck early. Here we will just buy the entire shop. Great set of finds, and we'll take a thief dagger. I'm not going to take the riposte because I don't want it to steal kills from our daggers, but I will definitely take the lure and another broken mouth. Awesome finds for us here as well. I will say this run currently I feel like could barely be going better. I mean, maybe we could have found 1 or 2 more top tier economy items, like a fertilizer or a coupon or something early. Bag, of course. But other than that, we are finding everything that we need very well and making a ton of money. Between the additional enemies on the field, the smaller field, and the thief daggers, we are way ahead in economy, so that will help keep up with the increased threat from these enemies very well, I think. Yep, we'll grab more attack speed, and then we will take these 2. Roll here. No thief daggers available, so we'll roll again. Tentacle, another great way to heal, and of course increase our economy even further. And then I'm going to roll one more time. Right now, my percentage damage has been lowered a bit. Obviously, we start with some from the loud, but I'm going to take the injection, go up to 34% damage. That's just nice to increase our damage further. Lowering my max HP is definitely a little bit dangerous, but we just want to be clearing the enemies as quickly as possible. We'll get max HP from our level ups, just by virtue of being able to select max HP from the level up, and also just because it gives us max HP every time we level up, and also just from having high economy, so we'll just be able to buy HP items in future. Got our 2 loot aliens there, which is great. We're the loud playing GMO, so even with the old decreased number of enemy spawns, when we get a lure on this character build, we are very likely to see more loot aliens spawn. So, as you saw there, because the number of loot aliens that spawns is affected by the percent enemy stat, and we have 55% increased enemies, we were guaranteed at least 3 loot aliens from the increased enemy spawns. So we were able to get 4 boxes out of that, which makes lure just an incredible item for this character. I will take the whetstone, even though lifesteal isn't going to be a priority for me. It will still help us heal. There's a lot of enemies on the field. We intend to attack pretty frequently. And then I have 2 armor, so let's pick up the gambling token. I will want to build dodge eventually, so I need to start doing that early if we want to make that happen. I'm going to roll here, and we'll take 7% crit chance. I will say that one thing that we're missing is movement speed. We haven't found any increase to movement speed. Minus 10% is still pretty dangerous at this stage in the game, so we will want to increase that. Take 10 luck there. Ooh. Do I want another weird food? We have plus 4 to consumable heal, but weird food is really good. This will help us keep alive. I don't think I need to buy any more consumable heal after that, though, even if we happen to find some. Definitely going to continue to upgrade thief daggers, and I will take the banner as well. The attack speed is relevant, the range is relevant. The whetstone was a reasonable speculation, but it's fine to lose lifesteal here because we intend to use regeneration. Not to mention that we already have a lot of non-lifesteal or regeneration sources of healing between the cute monkey and our very high consumable healing. So I'm totally fine losing 2 lifesteal in order to get 10% attack speed. Plus 20 range is actually quite relevant for thief daggers as well, because they're just a very short-range weapon, so range increases actually help you a lot when you're using thief daggers. Here I'm going to lock all of these. My melee damage is kind of low, so I want to increase that, and Weird Ghost, we have the healing to be able to survive, so we're going to buy it, because we do want to increase our max HP. Especially with the luck increase from the Lost Duck there, we should be able to heal back up pretty quickly. Just need to drop 1 consumable to get us out of one-shot range and we'll be fine. This is a little bit more of a risky Weird Ghost than I do often go for, but Weird Ghost is one of those items that people underbuy. In the early stages of a wave, you should pretty easily be able to heal up most of the time. tanking a few hits here. Gonna go clear this tree. You can see how much money we're making per wave already. Metal does cost me 4 crit chance, but these are all stats that we want, so I will take that. I will take the max HP over the lifesteal here, and then just because I am buying the weird ghost, I'll take the regeneration over the melee damage. Both of those we want, of course, but this will just give us a little bit of a layer of safety to make sure that we tick our health up to the point where we're not getting one shot after buying the weird ghost. I'm gonna roll here, and little frog I don't want. The harvesting would be fine, and the pickup range isn't terrible, but what we really want, we do want to increase our dodge, so I don't want to decrease it here. And then this is pretty good. We get to buy plant, lure, and cake, and that gives us even more healing. So now we're at 14 regeneration. That's plenty to keep us alive through the weird ghost. 2 healers spawned off the start here. So we did have to kill those. Let's make sure we can kill these loot aliens. I do need to increase my melee damage more. We did take the healing over melee damage. I'm also breaking the eggs because we have thief daggers, so we just want to kill as many enemies as possible. We don't want to have to fight the high health slashers. And because we have a lure this wave, so we already have targets with high individual HP that we need to fight. So we're just going to make more money and be safer by breaking most of the eggs. One way we could lose this run is if I let a ton of slashers pile up and just make the environment really hostile for me. Blood Leech, when I find it in a box like this, yes, it's going to cost me a lot of harvesting, but the regeneration is okay. I think I'm still going to recycle it, though. The turret I will take. If we find Fairy, this is a unique item, and we're past the point where it's going to steal too many kills from my Thief Daggers, so it'll just help a little bit with wave clear. We'll recycle this. Yeah, I'll buy the Wheelbarrow. It does cost me an armor, but it gets my harvesting back positive, which is kind of nice. Triangle of Power, we're going to pass on. This build could definitely use blood donation or something like that, so I'm just going to pass on it. 20% damage would be nice, but given the number of enemies on the field, I don't know that we can avoid tanking hits, so Triangle of Power is a little bit risky. Take the Lost Duck. Medical Turret, I don't think we need. We have plenty of healing right now. We'll take the Thief Dagger. I'm going to take the Ritual because our percentage damage is somewhat low. And I will take the Snail. Then I'll buy the Baby Gecko because we get a free reroll, so it's very cheap to buy it there. Buy the Beanie here and the Injection. Butterfly we're going to pass on, and I will roll again. Lemonade, we already have 6 consumable heal, so I don't know how much we need the Lemonade. It's a very good and efficient item, but I don't think we actually need it for this character, so I'm just going to save my money. This turret is pretty much only here in case we find Fairy. It will just give us 1 regeneration. The damage that it does is obviously not super relevant. And I might not have taken it if we'd found it. Paradoxically, I might not have taken it if we'd found it earlier in the run, because then it might have stolen kills from our daggers and cost us money. This late in the run, enemies don't... Alright, it doesn't do enough damage to actually kill anything, so we're not really at risk of that happening, but earlier on that could have been an issue. I definitely need to increase my attack speed somewhat. We are running into a position where I can't always kill all of the enemies as they spawn here. Take some crit chance, though. My crit chance is 67% on these daggers, so I still need to boost that a little bit more. Continue to buy daggers, buy the Ritual. And I will buy the Charcoal as well. This does cost me harvesting, but melee damage is the stat we need the most to increase our damage output. Sunglasses would get me down to 0 armor. A little bit unfortunate because I do want the armor, of course, but the 10% crit chance is too much to pass up on, so we're going to grab that. Boosting my crit chance, especially before going into Wave 9, where there's all these, where there will be so many enemies on the field to farm with Thief Daggers, is going to be really important. The more daggers we have, the more crit chance we have, the more often our daggers will give us money. And given how many enemies there are, we should be getting like 1,000 materials out of this wave. I would love to see a hunting trophy, obviously. That would be the #1 item for this build. I could have rolled for hunting trophy earlier, instead of buying some of these items going into wave 9, but we did get a lot of solid items, so the chance of buying a hunting trophy would have been reasonable going into wave 9, but overall, I think we were better off just increasing our crit chance and everything. This scar showed up one wave too late, but I'm still going to pick it up, and I will boost my crit chance again. Here, I'm going to take the armor, because we currently have 0. 0 armor is definitely a little bit dangerous, so I want to boost that. Take the beanie and the thief dagger. Did make 1,000 materials, like I predicted. And then let's keep upgrading our daggers. We've got 94% crit chance. I think I will buy all of these items. The razor blade speed loss is definitely a problem, but the lifesteal is, like I said, reasonable for this build, and the crit chance obviously is helpful. Wheelbarrow can keep my harvesting positive. We'll buy the plant there. Adrenaline, not the most efficient way to buy dodge, and the healing won't come up that often because our dodge is quite low, but we will want this eventually, and it pulls a unique item out of the shop pool, so we're more likely to roll into other items that we want. I'm going to buy this entire shop. We have tons of consumable healing, so the garden is really good for us, just making sure that we always have some healing available. And the bait is not only can they drop materials, we can farm them with the thief daggers, so the more enemies there are on the field, the better for us. Boost my damage and continue to increase my thief dagger levels. And then for 29, I will re-roll once here. For some reason, that was difficult to say. Let's lock the clover. Peaceful Bee, I do want the dodge, so even at the cost of 1 melee damage, I'll still buy the Peaceful Bee, I think. And then I will also lock the Goat Skull, which does cost me crit chance, but that's not something. We're at 99%, and we'll find incidental crit chance, so losing 2% isn't a big problem, and the melee damage, our melee damage is still quite low, so I do want to boost that. Trying to kill as many of those lampreys before they get a charge off as possible. Because when you do have increased enemy spawns, that does also increase the number of lampreys that show up, so you do have to be a little careful about that. Loot alien there. Really wishing that we had found a bag, too. I mean, obviously you always wish that when you're playing this game, but the loot alien would have been, or given the number of loot aliens we've spawned this game, we'd have done super well with the, with a bag. Would have been even more money. You can see there's so many enemies on the field, but at this point we've just got, our healing is excellent. Our defensive stats could be improved, but we're just healing through all the damage that's incoming. I did kill that loot alien right before the end, which is awesome. I will take the sad tomato here. We'll start at half health, but the regeneration is great. Recycle the pencil, buy the injection, and then, interesting. So I want melee damage, I want max HP, I want dodge. All of these stats are really good. I think the melee damage is most important for us right now. I don't really want to buy lifesteal like this, even the level 3 lifesteal. I think I'm going to reroll this and look for a higher level upgrade in a stat we care about more, and in this case I'll take 12% dodge. Going up to 23% dodge already, and then we're increasing that even further with the clover. That's great. Also note that we have 2 horde waves in this run. I hadn't even noticed that, but for a thief dagger run, 2 horde waves is awesome. We'll buy this as well. Roll here and upgrade our thief dagger. I could buy 4% crit chance from the energy bracelet. That would get us over 100% on the thief daggers, but it's a pretty inefficient way to buy crit chance. I think we can do better than that. I'm gonna roll here again. Yeah, losing move speed, still Definitely a downside for this character, but I will take the warrior helmet anyways. 5 armor is so much safer than only 2 armor, so very happy to see that. And of course now we're up to 50 HP. Now I will buy the butterfly, because I could get to like 15-20% lifesteal and that would help this character out. Not a high priority, but worth spending 70 materials on, I think. Take the metal plate, and here I'll just buy the insanity. That boosts my crit chance over 100% with the level 4 daggers, and gets the level 3 daggers close-ish to 100%, so I think that's a reasonably cheap way to max out our crit chance. For 45, I'm going to pass on rerolling. That's just too expensive a reroll, I think. Having boosted our melee damage, we're still killing things very quickly. A little more attack speed would be nice. We don't have to focus on our damage output that much on this run because we have those 2 horde waves early. We can build our defensive stats earlier than we would. If we had an elite that we had to kill in like this small of an area, we might have to spend more effort on making sure we can DPS it down as rapidly as possible. But given that we don't have an elite until later, all we need is enough damage to be able to reliably clear the small enemies, which we already have. More damage, of course, will be good. We're not going to say no to it, but we can prioritize other things thanks to the layout of the waves. And that's why, generally speaking, it is easier when you have horde waves rather than elites. Here, I'm going to reroll. I think we can do better than all of these level 1 items. I guess I'll take 10 luck, and then let's take some armor. Do I want armor or max HP? I think armor here. The sunglasses we don't need, because we have 100% crit chance on the thief daggers already. Going into a horde wave, I'm still going to buy the weird ghost. We will heal up very quickly off of our tentacle, off of our garden, off of our natural regeneration, so that's just an efficient way to buy max HP, which we do need. Take the dangerous bunny and roll. Upgrade our daggers. Buy an injection and roll. Don't really want the alien baby. That is a dangerous item to have, so let's just roll past all this. I will take 2 melee damage at the cost of a regeneration. Roll again. Keep upgrading daggers. Keep rolling. Mastery, great find. Do I want this weird food? I guess given that I bought the weird ghost, the weird food will ensure that we don't die. And also is just a good item to have in general, so I'll pick that up. Wheat gives me 10 harvesting, which will keep our harvesting positive, and 4 melee damage, so that's worth buying. Is it worth buying over the banner, which gives us attack speed? We get a choice between these two. I'm actually going to buy the attack speed, because I think, even though wheat gives 10 harvesting, this will actually increase our economy more in this next wave. I will still lock the wheat, but just having the attack speed to clear the horde wave as quickly as we can will help more, I think, than that 10 harvesting will. You can see here that attack speed is the stat we need the most of in order to clear the horde wave aggressively. Our per attack damage doesn't matter that much, but our attack speed is very relevant because there's just so many enemies in such a small area we have to constantly be attacking. You could easily, I think, do this run with not thief daggers, but this is probably the easiest way. Your economy just snowballs so far ahead of where you're supposed to be at this point when you're playing thief dagger with loud, and it's even better with the old because the old's harvesting offsets the loud's harvesting penalty, and all the enemies spawn really close to you, so you're never not attacking, which means we actually get to kill more. Even though we spawn slightly fewer enemies than most loud builds, we just get to kill more of them because we're never not attacking. We don't have to move around to attack. 4% crit chance here. I guess that works on my lower level daggers, and it's only for 34, so I'll pick that up. Take the attack speed. Hey, there's our bag. Showed up a little bit late, but better late than never. I'm gonna buy all these and do a reroll. Another gentle alien. Awesome. Take an ugly tooth. My move speed is getting really bad, but I am considering the padding. Max HP is a problem for this character, and we generate so much so many materials during the wave that this will give us a lot of max HP. I think lowering our move speed for it is still just too painful, so I'm gonna pass on that. The wings, awesome find. I might have bought the padding if I knew we were going to find these wings, because we're now back up to only minus 4% speed. Still not amazing, but definitely better. We'll buy these two, and I will buy this for the free reroll. Missile here, not a huge bonus to our character. The attack speed is definitely more important than the percentage damage, but when it also gives us a free reroll and everything, I think it was worth picking up. Take a mouse here and the lost duck and buy another dagger, do a reroll. Then I will lock this silver bullet. We have 9 armor, so we can lock the glass cannon. And you know what? We don't get to buy padding that often. Let's make this a padding build just for fun. Padding is a truly terrible item in most circumstances, but for this build, it does have some utility. I still think it's probably the wrong purchase from a strict optimization standpoint, but it's just fun when you get to actually use it. Or I like to find uses for items that I don't normally get to buy. That's always interesting to me. There we go, the 2 bags that we got already paying off. If we find another lure, then it'll be even better, of course, or just get random loot alien spawns. At this point, we have enough lifesteal and regeneration that we can just tank most incoming damage, and we're just fine. Also, just for the record, we're only leaving like 20 materials on the ground, so I stand by not buying that level 1 gecko, although taking the one that we got in a box was fine. Recycle here and recycle here. I will just take the attack speed here. Ooh, a level 4 dagger. I guess I will sell the level 1, buy the level 4, and just buy all of these items. Do a reroll. Buy a banner again for even more attack speed. Remember, we're going into a horde wave, so I want to make sure we have maxed out our economy and our damage. A little unfortunate to find this thief dagger as a level 3, but I will still upgrade. It's more expensive, obviously, than if we had just found the level 2 version, but still worth picking up there. With 10 consumable heal, we're going to pass on the lemonade. That's more than enough for us, so let's roll. Small magazine costs me 6% damage, but gives me 10% attack speed, so I'm actually going to pick that up. Attack speed is so much more important than percentage damage that even on this non-ranged build, the small magazine is sometimes worth grabbing for non-ranged characters, and this is one of them in my opinion. And then do one more reroll, lock the gambling token, which is going to get us close to dodge cap, so everything is really going perfect for this build. Wave 14 with a horde wave in this small space, if we didn't have good healing, could be an issue, but this character's healing has just outpaced incoming damage so much that that's not a problem for us. If we did find a hunting trophy before this wave, though, that would have been really nice, because we'd have been making so much more money. And yep, we'll take the Peaceful Bee, just to increase our dodge even further, and I will just take dodge here as well. With that, we're going to be able to reach 60% dodge pretty soon. Buy all of that. Yep, another Peaceful Bee and a Whetstone, just increasing our healing even further. Rolling again. There's the fairy we were talking about earlier on, and I will definitely take a tree. And the charcoal. Yes, we lose some harvesting, but melee damage is great. Do I want to lose 6% dodge for 3 melee damage and 5 crit chance? I don't think so. Stone Skin here will decrease our survivability. The armor is more valuable than the HP we'd be getting. but of course can build us HP as we go further on into the game if we find more armor. I'm going to buy it just to pull a unique out of the pool, but you could easily pass on Stone Skin there. We're over crit cap, so we can just buy that, and that's fine. Definitely buying this Thief Dagger, and buying the Lucky Charm as well. So now I do need to boost my armor back up, because I decreased it, and because it's worth HP, now that we have Stone Skin. I do like that we're consistently gaining max HP from the padding. That's just kind of fun. I also like how, as the sheer number of enemies on the field increases, the game's sound just breaks. They just decide not to display sound cues for everything that's happening, which is a good idea, because it would be cacophony, but it always is fun when you've just gotten a build so strong that it breaks the game. In a very literal way. Yeah, more trees, definitely. We have 50 regeneration, so I don't really need +5 regeneration. I think I'm going to roll for movement speed. Do I take 3% movement speed? I'm going to roll one more time. I want to boost movement speed, because again, I think that where we're at, what we need to proof against is just getting hit a million times in a row by the elite, or by the bosses, and movement speed is the thing that will help me most to avoid that. Now we're getting all these high-level Thief Daggers, now that we've got maximum Thief Daggers. Community support, yeah, this will give us a lot of attack speed, just because there's so many enemies on the field, so I'll pick that up. There's the hunting trophy. Wish we'd found that before the horde waves, but that will still be worth a lot of money. At this point now, I will buy the gecko and the monkey, because the gecko can help heal us with triple cute monkey. That's a lot of healing from that. There's our movement speed that we were looking for, and I will take improved tools as well, which will help with the garden that we have, to produce even more consumables, which will keep us, make sure that we're staying healthy. I don't know if it's coming through on the mic, but there's a squirrel going nuts outside my window, and one of my neighbor's dogs is barking, so if there's wildlife sounds, I apologize. As you can see here, the hunting trophy is accelerating our income even further. I've gotten a couple questions about hunting trophy, actually. So how this works with Thief Dagger is the chances are all rolled independently for Thief Dagger and hunting trophy. So like 2 hunting trophies doesn't increase your chance of rolling materials from 33% to 66%. It increases it to 2 separate 33% chances. So with 2 hunting trophies, you have a 1 in 9 chance of getting 2 materials, a 4 in 9 chance of getting 1, and a 4 in 9 of getting 0. And so when we have all these Thief Daggers and hunting trophies, some enemies are going to be dropping 0 materials, some enemies are going to be dropping 2. It's still good to get the hunting trophies, even if you are a full Thief Dagger build. Take the harvesting here, and then pick up the melee damage. Actually, I should probably have taken the 6% dodge. That dodge would have been pretty useful as well. Although we can just buy the gambling token. Go to 0 armor. I do need to find some armor now. Let's reroll here. Taking damage per second for more attack speed, I think is fine. We've got the regeneration, so the Jeff's Shade will be good for us. Roll again. Peaceful Bee will get us over dodge cap, so why not? Take the coffee and roll. I will say there's no armor. We're not being offered a lot of armor. We're going to lose some damage for buying the power generator at this point, but of course we will want to buy any speed that we see, so I'll pick that up. Blood donation as well as the Jeff's Shades, that's 2 damage per second, And honestly, I don't think we need the harvesting from the blood donation, so I could just pass on it. It will only take... we won't actually make our money back, so I'm just going to pass on it, rather than put myself in a position where I could theoretically die to this elite. Increasing our HP and melee damage, and increasing our attack speed up to 138% by the Lucky Charm as well. Still only 1 armor, but at least we have 60% dodge going into the elite fight. And our damage is so high, I don't think we're in any particular danger, but it would be embarrassing to lose this run at this point, so I'm going to try to avoid doing that. Especially after I talked smack at the beginning about how everyone was saying this would be a challenge, and I didn't think it would be. You can get away with that kind of arrogance if you then back it up, but if I then died immediately to the bosses or whatever, everyone would be justifiably able to make fun of me. As you can see, our economy is continuing to snowball ahead. 1428. Yep, more melee damage is good. Losing move speed and armor. Obviously, these are stats that now decrease our other stats when we lose them, but still just excellent to have. We'll take the mouse here, take the shady potion. I don't need dodge anymore. I don't need to buy max HP, because we can just get that from armor. I'm going to roll for armor or speed, and I'll take the 4 armor. Here, I will buy some luck, and then roll. Buy the bait, more melee damage. Roll again. We're going to pass on the Dusty Fedora, because it would kind of ruin the premise of this run, which is to pack all these enemies into a small location. So, just to keep things pure, we're going to pass on Dusty Fedora. Sad, I know, because it's such a cool item, but just making sure that we're staying right in theme with the run. And then I will take the alien magic and the propeller hat. Roll again, roll again. Rolls are getting really expensive, but that's okay. Warrior helmet costs me even more speed, but we do need the armor. We'll buy the defective steroids. One more reroll here. Alright, there we go. The jetpack should get our speed back up to a reasonable level. Make things run much smoother. Metal detector we don't need. It doesn't work with the... It works with materials that come off the ground, so it might actually still pay for itself even this late. But it doesn't work with the materials that you generate from Thief Dagger or Hunting Trophy, so... Metal detector isn't as good as it might seem, given our economy. A lot of our money here is coming from the Thief Daggers, of course, still. And more of it every wave, because each wave, enemies have a lower chance of dropping a material when you kill them. It's not 100% guaranteed, and it decreases every wave. So, a larger proportion of our income comes from the Thief Dagger money the further on we go. Which is why Hunting Trophy ends up being your main source of income in endless runs. Because enemies stop reliably dropping materials, but the Hunting Trophy will continuously give you money. Energy Bracelet we can recycle, we're over crit chance, and the Fin, great, so this is going to get our move speed up to a reasonable level now, up to 14%. Roll here, take the tree, pass on the gold-plated teeth, I've still got this item banned. Rolling again. Yeah, I'll just keep buying geckos. We don't really need them, but it does pull a unique out of the pool, and gecko's just a fun item. Rolling again, we'll take the plant. Night goggles, 15% crit chance and 50 range. Obviously, we don't need the crit chance, but the range is not totally irrelevant. I think we'll pass on that item, though. A lucky coin is an awesome find for this build, giving us all of the stats that we need, increasing our luck enormously, thanks to our very high crit chance. We will lose 4%, which actually means that we're in danger of going below 100% crit chance once I buy that medal, but it's still correct to do so, of course. Rolling again here. I will keep taking defective steroids and roll again. Lock this Cyclops worm and buy a cute monkey. Going to wave 19. Between the Jeff Shades and the community support, our attack speed is quite absurd. Which now means we can clear these enemies as soon as they spawn. And our healing is so strong thanks to all of our tentacles and cute monkeys and everything. Plus just our natural regeneration and lifesteal that we're just never in danger of actually dying at this stage. Maybe if I just walk into the bosses over and over and over again, I could manage to do it, but I honestly think I could AFK through the boss level and still survive. At this point, our defenses are just so strong. Getting a lot of crates now, too, which is working very well, of course, with our 3 bags. And we have made over 2,500 income on Wave 19, which is pretty awesome. We're over dodge cap, so I'll take the acid here, take the alien tongue. I'm gonna recycle the turret, doesn't do anything for our regeneration. Let's take some move speed and some attack speed. And then gentle alien, sure. Cyclops worm, yes. Nothing here we care about. Let's keep rolling. More gentle aliens. More enemies spawning on the last wave is actually good for us, because it's good for the cute monkey and it's good for our lifesteal, so that will help make sure that we have the regeneration to survive. Keep taking this. Don't need any of these. Take... I guess the dangerous bunny won't pay for itself, so we'll just roll past all that. Take the plant. Roll again. This dangerous bunny still won't pay for itself because we only get 73 back. But let's buy all of these. And now I do need to buy some critical hit chance. If I can find it. Take some armor. And roll again. Let's take some lifesteal. Roll again. Take the plant. Keep rolling. I was looking for more crit chance. It looks like we will actually end without 100% crit chance. So a little bit shameful there, but we'll take the garden here and go to wave 20. We got a non-critical attack. Really embarrassing. But we killed the bosses extremely quickly, which of course was the plan. And so there you go. As it turns out, if you just combine 2 characters that have huge economy boosts, it doesn't really matter how dangerous the enemies are. The economy just snowballs you past whatever the enemies are trying to do and makes the run very straightforward. Obviously, we got a lot of early game, of high-tier early game items. We got the double lure. We got these cute monkeys that were worth a lot of healing. We got the tentacle that was worth a lot of healing. And then coupon was pretty good for us. All these gentle aliens were awesome, of course. What else did well? The padding gave us some HP. The padding didn't end up working out because I, spent all my money, but was still pretty fun for the waves where it was good. 750 off of the 3 bags, even though we got those quite late, because bag is just a broken item, and over 1,000 from the hunting trophy, which is an even more broken item when you're a full crit build. The thief daggers themselves gave me 1,500, 13, 11, 12, only 800 on this one, but I guess it was a low level for a while, or maybe these are the ones we replaced, so they're not counting the earlier, the income from the earlier ones, but 1,500 or so extra materials off of the thief daggers, which obviously adds up to an incredibly high number. Alright, my friends, hope that you enjoyed this run with the old and the loud for maximum enemies in the smallest possible space and turning all those enemies into cash. As always, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a comment and like the video. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I do appreciate you taking the time to do that. And you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game content. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.